Sergio Perez benefits from a lot of the attention that comes with being the most accomplished Mexican Formula One driver. Nonetheless, there are some fascinating facts about this driver's life, both inside and outside of the world of Formula One. So come along with us as we count down the top 10 little-known facts about Sergio Perez. Number 10. Sergio Perez's early racing career. Sergio Checo Perez, like many of his contemporaries, began his racing career in karting at a young age. Checo finished second overall with 4 victories in his class in his first season at the age of 6, although that was just the beginning for the Mexican, who went on to win in Master Cadets, Shifter 125cc, and became the youngest driver to win a Shifter 80cc competition. His extraordinary talent drew the attention of Escuderia Telmex scouts, and by 2004, he had graduated from karts to race for Telmex in the Skip Barber National Championship in the United States. He was soon on his way to Europe in the Formula BMW racetrack. He moved to A1 Grand Prix and then to Formula 3, where he dominated the British Formula 3 Championship by winning 2/3 of his races for the T-Sport team in 2007. Checo, who was based in Oxford at the time, finished 4th in the international class of the British F3 Championships in 2008. Allowing him to advance to the F1 Feeder Series GP2. Perez impressed in his first race in the GP2 Asia Series, winning from start to finish in Bahrain, and the following year he finished second in the main GP2 Series after winning in Hockenheim, Monaco, Silverstone, Spa, and Abu Dhabi. A move to F1 with the Sauber team was unavoidable, and he became the first Mexican to race in F1 since Hector Rebaque in 1981, quickly establishing a reputation as a tough competitor. Number 9. Why is Sergio Perez's nickname Checo? For non-Spanish speakers, the nickname Checo may appear to have a deeper meaning or be an inside joke among Perez's friends and family. Unfortunately, Sergio Perez himself cleared up the confusion in a 2013 interview when asked about his unusual nickname. As it turns out, the story surrounding it is a little underwhelming. It's not really that complicated or interesting. In Mexico, where I come from, all Sergios are automatically given the nickname Checo. Sorry, there's no story behind it. Sergio and Checo are shortened in the same way that Robert is shortened to Bob or Richard is shortened to Dick in English. However, his outstanding defending at the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix against Lewis Hamilton, who was both faster and had fresher tires, prompted teammate Max Verstappen to dub him Minister of Defense. Number 8. Why does he use the number 11? While drivers almost always have compelling reasons for choosing which number to race under, these numbers are often subject to change throughout a driver's career. Sergio Perez would appear to defy the trend in this regard, having driven under the number 11 for nearly his entire racing career, all the way back to his days as a kart racer. The reason for his selection of number 11 is his passion for soccer and his favorite team, Club America, and his hero, Ivan Zamorano, played from 2001 to 2003. The Chilean striker established himself as a club legend in the number 11 jersey after scoring 33 goals in 63 appearances for Club America, where he won the Torneo de Verano in his first season. Sergio Perez continues to honor and excel in the following number. When I started in karting, there was a soccer player that was playing for Club America, the team I like. It was Ivan Zamorano. He was my idol and was wearing number 11, so it was very easy for me to choose that. Number 7. His relationship with Carlos Slim. Without a doubt, sponsorship is required to overcome the financial barriers that exist when attempting to reach the top of the sport. Sergio Perez's talent, fortunately, shone through, catching the attention of Mexican billionaire Carlos Slim, who chose to sponsor Sergio Perez from his humble karting beginnings all the way up to Formula One glory. But how did this relationship begin? Unbeknownst to some, Sergio Perez comes from a racing family, with his father Tonio Perez, a professional racing driver turned promoter, who became an important figure in the training and support of professional drivers throughout Mexico. Tonio's experience allowed him to recognize Sergio Perez's karting talent at a young age and approach Carlos Slim with an offer to invest in both his son and Mexico's karting fraternity as a whole. Telmex was already sponsoring other racing divisions in Mexico at the time, and with the help of Tonio, was looking to expand into international racing. After meeting Carlos Slim at the age of 6, Sergio Perez was able to eventually secure Telmex sponsorship at the age of 14, which led to his placement at Germany's Formula BMW circuit. As a result of his success on the track, Carlos Slim and Sergio Perez have maintained a strong personal and professional relationship that has benefited both of them over the course of 3 decades. Number 6. Checo could have had a very different career. Given his friendship with businessman Carlos Slim, it's not surprising that Sergio Perez has ambitions outside of racing in areas such as law and finance. The Mexican has repeatedly stated that if he hadn't become a professional racing driver, he would have considered a career in banking or law because of his fascination with the stock market and business in general. "I would like to have been a banker or a lawyer. They both have a lot of adrenaline, similar to the stock market, and that's why I'd say it's similar to racing." Sergio Perez's talents in other sports complement his corporate ambitions. Indeed, as a close friend of Javier Chicharito Hernandez, he grew up playing soccer and considered it as a possible career before committing to karting. Number 5. His brother is a driver as well. As mentioned earlier, Sergio Perez comes from a family of professional race drivers, and that is further evidenced by his brother's success in an equally prestigious racing division, NASCAR. While it may be difficult to believe, some argue that Sergio Perez's brother, Antonio Mendoza, is a better driver than Sergio Perez, as demonstrated by some of his professional driving statistics, which include 3 wins, equaling Checo's record. Although Antonio Mendoza has now retired and Sergio Perez is still racing, his brother's success cannot be denied. Number 4. Sergio Perez owns a charity. Sergio Perez founded the Checo Perez Foundation in 2012 at the age of 22 to help orphans and children with cancer. Since then, the project has grown and improved the lives of millions of Mexicans. The foundation contributes to a number of children's shelters and programs for children who are at risk or have limited resources. This includes establishing a foundation for their success, as well as workshops and courses on emotional development, expression, recreational activities, and other topics. The foundation is managed and presided over by Paola Perez, Sergio Perez's sister, and its purpose is to provide learning tools and support for differently abled children. The foundation continues to support the most vulnerable members of Mexican society through a combination of familial love, hard work, persistence, and tenacity, and is testament to the Perez family's desire to help communities less fortunate than their own. Number 3. Red Bull saved the Mexican's career. Sergio Perez has been a Formula One driver for over a decade. He raced with 3 different teams in 4 seasons while looking for a home. He started his career with Sauber in 2011 before moving to McLaren in 2013. In 2014, he signed a contract with Force India and stayed with them until the team was sold to Lawrence Stroll's Racing Point. Despite his long-term contract with Racing Point, Perez was let go at the end of 2020. Perez's career appeared to be in jeopardy at the time, just as he appeared to be regaining his strength after winning the 2020 Sakir Grand Prix. But when Red Bull approached him about replacing the struggling Alex Albon, his career was saved. Perez struggled for most of his maiden season with Red Bull, but he eventually found his strength in the car and played a key role in Max Verstappen's title win. I really enjoy working with the team, to be honest, with the group of people, with engineers, with the Red Bull culture, with the brand itself, as it's a huge brand. It's a lot of work, relative to what I was used to at other teams. Red Bull is a massive brand, but I enjoy it. I really feel great as part of it. I'm working great with Max, with the race engineers, with all the team in general. Number 2. His favorite race. Even those who do not follow Formula One are aware of the Monaco Grand Prix, so standing at the top step of the podium is every driver's dream. Checo accomplished this in 2022. The Mexican managed to get ahead of the Ferrari duo of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc during the pit stops of what proved to be an eventful afternoon, with the race twice interrupted by red flags. Despite Sainz getting very close to the back of his Red Bull, during the latter stages of the event, Perez held on to his lead and was overjoyed with the result. It's a dream come true. As a driver, you dream of winning here. After your home race, there is no other weekend more special to win. Number 1. He almost raced for Ferrari and Mercedes. Sergio Perez was on the verge of greatness in Formula One 8 years ago. He'd burst onto the scene with a brilliant second and nearly a win in Malaysia, and the world was his oyster. McLaren was an option for 2013. Ferrari was as well, and it appears Mercedes was too. In the end, he chose McLaren, the winners of the final race of 2012. That proved to be a bad decision, and while a Red Bull drive saved his career at the last moment, it was almost over before it began. Everything could have been so different from the moment he stepped onto the podium for the first time in Malaysia. "I remember that day so clearly," said Perez. "Walking onto your first podium is a big thing. and I was there standing next to two world champions, Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. Having respect from my idols was so big for me. It was a bit of a shock being next to them in such a different race. Fernando said to me, "Don't worry, wins will come for you soon." That sentiment was widely shared in the paddock, but it was not materialized, and due to the decision he made about his career path in 2013. The Mexican was a member of the Ferrari Driver Academy, and if his career trajectory continued, he could drive for the famous Red Team at some point. McLaren, however, threw a wrench in the works by offering him a ride alongside Jenson Button. The working-based team was flying high at the time and appeared to be a real force in 2013, so Perez chose them over Ferrari, and it appears Mercedes, and signed on the dotted line. It was all natural. I was part of the Ferrari Academy, and there was a lot of contact with the team. It was a natural step that a driver part of the Academy would be linked to them. It was all looking like I was going there, but then things changed. We were talking to Mercedes, but that really depended if Lewis didn't go there. I was the second option. It's what they said. We had a couple of options looking back then. 2013 was the closest I came to going to Ferrari. That was very close. In hindsight, if I didn't go to McLaren, I certainly would have gone to Ferrari. But things changed very quickly in F1. McLaren at the time were dominating. They offered me a contract. It made a lot of sense at the time. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. The car was quite bad, and I was not able to score any podiums or fight for anything apart from points. Things have changed a lot since then. What do you think of our list? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comment section down below.